Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Tuesday, February 7th.
It has been a long time coming.
That's Flagler County Attorney Al Hadid talking about the historic Army Corps of Engineers dune renourishment project that can now move forward. Flagler County Commissioners unanimously voted to ratify the agreement Monday.
Of course, we're very pleased that we're on the cusp of completing 100% of the voluntary easements in the federal project area. That's not only important to allow the Army Corps to continue its implementation steps, but as important in my view is that it gives us access to the federal offshore sand borrow site for all the work that we're going to be doing in Flagler Beach, not just in the Army Corps project, but beyond the Army Corps project.
The county secured the final easements it needed in a bankruptcy proceeding. Hadid said these easements protect homeowners.
The easement is a perpetual easement, a perpetual burden on the land. It must be complied with in perpetuity. There can be no greater assurance to a property owner that we will abide by what we have said beyond incorporating it within the four corners of the easement document.
The work will begin in April of next year. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. Flagler County keeps its favorable rating by the Insurance Services Office.
Fire Chief Michael Tucker says the office comes up with a rating with 10 being the worst and 1 being the best.
They come in, they take a good look at your organization. They look at the fire department itself, our communications, all of our training records, all of our response records, and they apply a score to us, which a lot of insurance companies use to set homeowners' insurances. So us having a 3X, which is a split rating, so anybody outside of a certain distance from a fire station and a fire hydrant will get that 3X rating, but everybody closer then will get a 3 rating.
The rating is in the top 14% of fire companies nationwide, and Tucker credits his staff for making it happen.
This happens about every 5 years. A lot of hard work, by the firefighters and the officers to get the information together and to provide an ISO what they needed to give us the rating that we got.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Petchke.
The Flagler County Women's Self-Defense Course has hit a milestone.
The FCSO Community Engagement Unit just hosted its 203rd Women's Self-Defense Course and trained its 3,000th female participant. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
This is a great class, gets rave reviews from the community, and if you would like to be part of the next class, email us at communityengagement@flaglersheriff.com. Class 3, you get the opportunity to learn your defensive tactics that you were taught, and it's the only time that you can legally attack a deputy sheriff. Any other time, you'll find yourself at the Green Roof Inn. So come out, enjoy this class, taking it. It's a great time.
The class was hosted at the Palm Coast Community Center for City of Palm Coast employees. FCSO began hosting the WSD course in 2007, designed for women of all ages to feel more empowered and ready to defend themselves should they need to from an attacker. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
The PAL director in Flagler County has a lot of praise for its coordinator.
Everybody knows her. She's like the mayor. She could run for mayor and win.
That's Deputy Arthur Erlinson, the director of Flagler Sheriff's Police Athletic League, talking about his coordinator, Carrie Henderson. Henderson said that she came to PAL after nearly 2 decades in the schools and decided to continue working with the kids, but also to work with law enforcement. So, PAL.
I feel like this day and age, kids do need that positive role model.
And about that running for mayor thing, Henderson said,
This might not be a good time to announce that.
Lifeline is on WNZF Saturday mornings at 9 and on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, Carrie Henderson talks about rebuilding PAL since COVID. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.
We never know what's going to happen on Free for All Friday.
I can live here in a great state, no state tax. The perception is much cheaper than where they're coming from.
It's live talk radio with newsmakers and local topics up for discussion.
And so we're the second worst funded health department per capita in the state.
I'm David Ayers. Join us for the next Free for All Friday, following the news at 9 and Pierre's Reality Check with my co-host Brian McMillan, right here on WNZF.
Welcome.